So for those of you who have been to a fighting show in the last 2.5 decades, whether it's the string quartet or the rock band or the duo or the solo show or the keynote or COVID from my living room, you know that we have one tradition in this outfit, and that every show we do a song that recognizes the troops of the United States military. And we're going to do that for you right now. It truly has been the honor of my career to kind of go around the world and sing for our troops, write songs about their experience. I've got my Gary Sinise Foundation shirt on here with my pal Gary. And this song actually recognizes our military families. It was inspired by a lunch I had years ago with a father, a Vietnam vet, whose son had just graduated from West Point and was about to go into theater, go into combat during the first Iraq War. And I kept being struck by these two competing sentiments from this dad. Certainly very understandable sentiments. One, pride that he felt for his son carrying on the family tradition of fighting for our freedoms. And the other, of course, fear for any loved one going into a war zone. And when I first started going out with the USO, I remember some of the younger troops, particularly the guardsmen, would say to me something that didn't make a lot of sense. They said, you know, John, it's harder on our families than it is on us. And I would say to them, what are you talking about? You're the one whose life is at risk. You're the one who's being shot at. And they said, all true, but, you know, we're focused. We have a mission. We don't really think about that. And our families often, you know, sit at home hoping that dreaded knock on the door never comes. And for those of you of my generation, you know, we'll remember back in the day that we would hear on the news, for example, that we lost 17 soldiers in Fallujah. Well, it turns out the families have a certain sense of where their loved one is stationed. Now, they don't know exactly where, but when that news breaks, there's this window of unknowing where they don't know. Did they lose their mother, their father, their husband, their wife, their son, their daughter? Tragically, this happened a few years back at the Abbey Gate in Afghanistan, at the terror attack when we lost the fallen 13 soldiers. Most of those guardsmen down in Kabul were out of Camp Pendleton, not too far from here. And hundreds of families had that window of unknowing. And of course, 13 got the worst possible news. So certainly that is a sacrifice that our military families live with every day, kind of like our first responders. And I wanted to write a song about that reality. So in this song, a father hears of a similar scenario that a member of his son's unit has been killed. He does not know if it's his son or not. So he goes for a drive and he says, if you find out he's okay, leave me 2 lights on when I get home. What is courage? Is it brave? What are lions? I've only seen them in parades. How is love supposed to read in a footnote of history? What's a tap on your shoulder? You're afraid to look over. A soldier's down in a fight. No one can look me in the eye. This is what it means to be alone. So tear out my heart, feed it to life. For this one wish I made is tonight. Show me no mercy, spare me my pride. I'm going for a drive. If you find out it's coming home, when I come out the car. just to rise. I gotta know I've been driving all the night. There's a corner up ahead. I'm alive and I am dead. I drive right through the stop sign. I turn my head as I lift my eyes. My eyes burn. Tear up my heart, feed it to life. For this one wish I beg you this tonight. Show me no mercy, spare me my pride. I'm going for a drive.